Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Searching for a 30. I noticed, obviously it says Searching for a 30 is the name because there's some lovely 30-pounders in here, that's what I'm trying to catch. But I have had a few 30s before, it's never like I've not had one. Anyway, we're down here and we're in a swim known as Bats. So I couldn't get into the swim that I had the last session in, where I had the 3 fish or the 4 bites. There's someone in there, so Ollie's been down that bottom end last night, not had anything, not really seen a great deal. Wind's still hacking up this top end. We've got sun, cloud, roughly the same conditions, not far off as we had with the last session. So yeah, Ollie's going to move up into the car park, which is the next swim up. I'm going to get in here. There's quite a bit of open water out in front of me, hopefully a few areas that I can find and locate potentially, and we can hopefully get into some more fish again. Yeah, apparently come quite close in here. There's a reed bed to my left, which I'll show you a bit later on. So for now, I'm going to get the van unloaded, get all sorted, and yeah, get after it, so to speak. I'll come back to you once I've had a little let around, found out what we're doing, where I'm fishing, but we will be going with the same tactics as last time, I know that for sure. So anyway, for now, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, well, we've managed to find some spots. Well, I say spots, it's not an exact spot, but there's a nice zone out there that's got a bit of low-lying weed on that's well presentable on. So I'm going to put 2 rods out there, a nice scattering of bait over the top, and then there's, like I said, there's some pads, well not pads, sorry, some rushes to my left. Does feel quite nice off the front of them, so I'm just going to pop one down there on a little runny again, all on white, same as last time. Nice simple fishing, 2 hinges, 2 runnies, 1 hinge, just make it nice and simple. So yeah, we're going to get these 2 rods out now, and hopefully we might nick 1 or 2. Apparently corral next door did a few fish last week. I can hazard, I guess, roughly fishing the same area, but a bit more to the right. And there we are, beautiful. So foam nuggets on those, and out they go. So we get those done, and then I get something to eat because I'm absolutely starving. Ollie's just found his spots, he's getting all set up in car park. And yeah, so where it is, obviously with the crosswind, I've had to add a little bit extra for the wraps because the bow and the line, so I need to make sure I hit the clip hard. And then fingers crossed, I want to try and use the throwing stick to get some bait out. What I might have to do, I might have to go down into corral, throwing stick out from corral, just so if it catches the wind it comes over, and fingers crossed it'll make it. If not, it's going to have to be a few spoms over each rod. Which I don't really want to do. I prefer fishing with a throwing stick, a bit more stealthier. You're not concentrating them on one area. You know, baits are just landing everywhere. But we'll have to wait and see what the wind's saying and see if I can get the baits out there. But for now, we'll get these rods out. The thing you find is your lead plugs in, so it feels like you're going into a lot of weed when you're probably not. It's actually quite soft silt, but unfortunately with this crosswind you need the heavy lead to get out of there, or the heavier lead should I say, to get out there. Otherwise I'd probably use a lighter lead, but I can't because of the wind, which is a bit of a shame. Right, well, that's all the rigs now out. 2 out towards a clear spot, and then 1 off the brushes to the left, all fishing white pop-ups, the old white TNT that's glued in the liquid. and I think I've got coots diving on me. I've just had a little liner now on the right hand rod. I'm looking out and there's coots out in that direction, so let's hope it's not going to be one of those sessions where I'm just going to get dived on all the time, because we are fishing in quite shallow water. I reckon we're in about, oh sugar, I reckon we're in about, I don't know, 3 foot of water, something like that. See if we can't scare these coots away with the old laser. Be a bit hard in daytime, I reckon. But I've had an idea. What I'm going to do is, a little bit later on, I'm going to go up to the next peg and I'm going to have a throwing stick bait across, because with this wind it should blow over. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to get sorted. I'm going to have something to eat because I'm fucking starving. And fingers crossed we can't get a fish on the bank in the next couple of hours. So it looks absolutely mega for one. Right, well, this is the swim view. So I've got the right hand rod roughly where these coots are, just about here. Oh, so I have an aggressive liner. Or we've just been picked up by a bird, but there's no birds coming back up to the surface. Interesting. Interesting. The middle rod, that's at that silver bait that we can see just here. The right hand rod and the middle rod are the same wraps, and the left hand rod I think what's going on here? I don't know if we've just been done. No, that's a take. That's definitely a take, that. I think we've caught a bird. Yeah, we've got a fucking... We've caught a duck. Don't whack that other rod out, whatever you do. Oh, what a comical moment, eh? Oh, it's nailed. Absolutely nailed. It's alright. It's alright. Absolutely nailed through its tongue. That was that. Right, well, we have actually moved swims. We are now back in the same swim as the last one. Obviously, after having that duck, I needed a rethink. There was a potential chance I was going to move down to Corral, which is just next door, and fish out, straight out. I know I did a few bites last week, or early this week, when I noticed that the boys in here had packed up and they've moved. So I was like, right, I've got spots, I've put bait in, right, rinse and repeat. Look, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I was watching or listening to a Thinking Tackle Uncut podcast where they were on it, where Damo, Reedy and Dovey were on about going back into a swim that you've caught from on your last session if you've put bait in, and so on and so forth. Initially, that's what I was going to do for this session. I wanted to get back in here, see how we can, recreate it. If it doesn't recreate and re-happen, then we know we can either move on to a different swim. But I just want to see, Got one night, I've got confidence in here, confident that I've put the bait in, confident in the spots that I've been fishing and caught from, and they've done bites. So all in all, why wouldn't I? So yes, we're back in here. Just got all the rods out now. Same spots as last time. Just gonna get throwing stick out and put some bait out, and fingers crossed we can't nick one. Right, well, I wanted to do a few shout outs actually. Firstly, a big shout out to the missus. She lets me go out without any issues. Mind you, I don't think I could have a missus that'd be like, you can't do that or you can't do this. Not a chance, you're gone, see you later. But my missus isn't like that, so big up and love you, darling. And secondly then, it would be Christian at Steamy's. Had a phone call from him today. What do you need in your care package? What a conversation that is. So, care package is getting sent out today, be here tomorrow. I'll have a lovely Steamy's hoodie and a few other bits and bobs. And thirdly, actually, another fellow angler, YouTuber. Go check him out, Ben's Angle. He's another Steamy's lad. Absolutely brilliant angler. I would probably say the best angler that I know. Like, hands down the best angler I know. Ben O'Connell. So go and have a look at his channel, Ben's Angle. I mean, that's a brilliant channel. I only know that because I edit them for him. And he catches some mega fish, absolute mega fish. So yeah, like I say, go and check his channel out because it's A1. Like I say, as we're coming into the evening, I'm feeling a little apprehensive, really, I guess. You all know what it feels like, though. You're going into that evening, you're thinking, is it going to happen? Isn't it going to happen? What if, you know, what if it don't? What if I wake up and know it's happened? Yeah. New lake, isn't it? Still trying to figure things out. You know, you're not going to know exactly what's happening. And that's the case here. I really don't know any patterns, anything like that. I'm just taking each session as it comes. I think that's your first half a season on a new lake. You know, it's very rare that you're going to drop on and break the code instantly. You might bag the big one first because you fish against, you know, completely different to how everyone else fishes us. And you know, you fish swims that don't probably get fished all that much because to you they look good, but to everyone else, because they know what the lake's like, might not be a good swim. Oh, also, I want you to go and check out the Steamy's YouTube. Their new video that's getting released soon, or it'll probably be out by the time this video's out. It's an insight into Christian's first year on Wellington Country Park. We did a proper sit-down interview style in session. We caught a mega 42-pound ghosty common called black tips while we was there, while I was filming. And then, you know, all his sessions and all his fishes, he's done a little bit of video, took some quality stills, and we've just incorporated it into a big roundup of the year. So head over to Steamy's head over to Steamy's YouTube, have a watch of that. Let me know what you think. Could it be? 3, 2, 1, go. One day it'll happen. One day it'll happen. But yeah. Oh, there's a coot over it now. That's not what we want. We don't want coots. Anyway, I'm starting to talk shit now. So, a coot's dived on me. So if that rod goes, it's a coot. Anyway, I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Well, good morning. Oh, what a good morning it is. Because we've had one, haven't we? It's currently sat in the net. Just had it, well, probably about 5 minutes ago. Just started raining, so I've just jumped back in the bag, let it recover a little bit, and then we'll get it out. Middle rod, one noter. I was in the land of Nod, mouth wide open, and then off it went. Steamed off, so yeah, couldn't be more than happy. Looks like a good 20 pound. Nice comment. And we're approaching the time where I would say it's, you know, more prolific for bites. It's one of those places where if you wake up in the morning and you're not thinking, and you've not had anything, you're not thinking, oh fuck, that's it, chances are gone. You know, you're waking up in the morning thinking, oh, that's fine. There's still plenty of opportunities on this morning period to have bites, which is which is even better, so there's a chance we might nick another one or two. Last time obviously I had one and then found that I had one pretty quick succession after, so that'd be good if one of these goes off while we're just doing this. But yeah, I'll give it a couple of minutes, let this rain pass over, and then we'll get her out. Here we are, 20 pound 4 ounce, the right set of shoulders on it, very aggressive fight. Wiped out my left arm rod, so I have to redo that. I've had a mallard on that this morning as well, so that's been done again. It's got tiny, tiny little pecks for frames the fish. There we are, fin up the lot. Absolute stunning, stunning common. White TNT. Just spoke to Ollie, he's not had anything yet either, unfortunately. But mega, mega, mega fish. Mega venue. Glad it continues. Right, let's spin it around and show you the other side. There we are. What a fish, eh? Look at shoulders on it. Mega set of shoulders. Fins up the lot. Right, gonna get some stills and get it back. Look at that. What a beautiful fish. Beautiful sight. Off it goes. Thank you very much. Clay Big Road. Well, it's a little morning update. Obviously we've had that one this morning. 2 ducks, 2 swims. What a palaver it's been. But still very happy with that common. Extremely happy. Stunning, stunning dark fish. Mega fight. It did wipe my left arm rod out, but such is life, eh? Yeah, I went to bed last night. I got off the phone to Ollie. I'm just saying, like, I wonder if this lake does actually do night bites and where they do it. And that sounds daft, but because there's so much weed present, you can imagine that the fish kind of really slow down at night as opposed to get on the feed and charge about like they might do in a lot of other lakes. I knew that it would do some night bites. I can imagine that most of the fish would be the morning period or throughout the day, looking at the pictures and looking at what's happened to myself and people that I know. You know, they've mostly caught them in the morning. I think we're at about 8 o'clock now, 8:30, so we're still well within that bite time. I know Ollie had one out of here last week at 10 o'clock, so yeah, it's not like it's God, we're at 8, 9 o'clock, that's it, job done, best pack up and go. Although I probably will be packing up and going about 9:30. Got some bits to do for work and stuff like that, so yeah, we'll get that sorted. There's nothing better, I don't think, and then that buzz and that feeling of just pure panic of what's going on when you're asleep. When you're asleep and your alarm just tears off and you think, fuck, what is going on? Right, which rod is it? Where's my head torch? Where's my shoes? Can I get it on? You end up running out without anything. And yeah, it's just a mad panic, isn't it? But what a feeling. So yeah, very happy with it. Sent the pictures through to Christian. He's absolutely buzzing. He's like, carry on like this. I reckon you'll get through the ones that you want pretty soon. I was like, it'd be nice. You know, I think I've done what? This lake will have seen 10 kilo now in 3 sessions. And that's a lot of bait, but it's one of those. It's a target water. I've not been putting it in certain areas. I've just been throwing, sticking it out, and just trying to really let the fish find it, get onto it, and start, you know, seeing it more regularly. That's the way I see it. I think a little bit fishing and spot fishing is good in aspects and stuff like that, but just the way I like to fish, the way that I fish, and the way that I fish for the past 18 months, and it's done me pretty well, you know, it's served me very well, is literally fishing hinges, something like that, maybe a Ronnie and the throwing stick. I feel like a lot of people don't do it anymore, you know. As soon as they know you can use a bait boat, that's it. Sending bait boats out, looking for sonar, you know, stuff like that. And the thing that I find is, I was speaking to a lad that was in here a few days ago. He put a boat out, he didn't catch anything. Didn't know what he was fishing over properly, thought he was fishing loads of weed and stuff, and I'm thinking, well, that's because you've not put a marker lead out, you know. using a boat and using sonar is great at times, but I think initially you've got to do that legwork and find the spots or find the areas that's presentable over. You know, a lot of people use sonar that you can mark, it's got autopilot on, mark the spot after, send the boat out to the float, mark it, and that's it, job's a good one. But yeah, I guess it's each to their own on that. But I'm not one for bait boats and stuff like that. I'd much rather just do it a bit more authentic. Maybe I'm a bit of a purist like that. But well, guys, it's a bit of rogue filming for now until I can get this on the thing. But we're in. Just been voice noting Lee, and we're away. Middle of again. Got some power in it. Get it in. Ollie's come down to do me some shots of it. £25 6. It's been in the sling for 20 minutes. Well, Ollie got packed up. And there we are. Come on. Width in it's massive. It's ridiculous. Little hinge, white TNT. Right, let's see if we can get the other side, and then we'll get some stills and get it back. There we are. Beautiful. Happy days. Live take on voicing out as well. Right, we'll get some stills done and then we'll get it back.
Are you alright in portrait as well?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, well, that's all right. I can resize them anyway for landscape if needed, but we should be all right. I can crop them in if needed. What's that shot like? I like it when it's nice and... Ooh. Beautiful. Thank you very much, darling. Well, and that's the end of that. Van's all packed and loaded. Ollie's doing what all good anglers do, straight in sheeping me up. Nah, I don't blame him actually. It's been doing a fair few fish. I had a fish out of it last week. Obviously I had 4 bites. So 6 bites, 2 fish out of this swim now in 2 sessions. I don't blame him whatsoever, so yeah. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. what a lovely way to finish on that £25 mirror. Just remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you want to find me on Instagram, it's exactly the same, Cameron Carps. Remember to head over to Steamy's website, get your steamies, get them whites on, and yeah, I will catch you in the next one.